Broadcasting live from the DCU Center, and the man of the hour has arrived, Mr. David Draiman. Thanks for hanging out.
How are you, my dear?
Do you need to be snuggled in a snow cave because you look like you're shivering? Are you all right?
I am absolutely freezing. I am so not used to this anymore. My skin has thinned in my older age, and living in Hawaii certainly didn't help the situation.
Well, the last time you and I talked, I congratulated you for putting this tour together in cold weather months up here, because not a lot of bands are willing to do that.
During the winter, they said.
Yeah.
It'll be fun, they said.
And you were like, yeah, I'm in Hawaii right now. And it was, I think, 82 degrees or something. Will you start doing weather reports from Hawaii when you're not on the tour with me?
Oh, God, just to make everybody jealous.
Seriously. Seriously. So you've been planning this tour forever. And even though the band is almost 2 decades old, it feels like this is the time for Disturbed.
I think we really are hitting our stride. You're always perfecting your craft over the course of your career, and you're always hopefully evolving. And I really feel that this is the incarnation that we are most proud of so far. I mean, this tour has been an emotional ride for band and fans, together, and it's been amazing to experience on a nightly basis. It's really a very different vibe than any other tour we've done before. I can very confidently say that it is the most unique and for us and for the fans, probably the most rewarding live experience for Disturbed that we've been able to come up with.
Well, when you and I spoke before, you said that this was the first time you were able to design a show with almost no limitations.
Oh, there's always limitations.
But it was an arena, and you could build it the way you wanted it to be built.
Well, from a production standpoint, there's always limitations of cost. But what I was referring to primarily to what you're alluding to is that there's no limitations in terms of how we could structure the set. We had all the time in the world to do it. We're playing for 2 hours every night, and that enables us to put a lot more dynamics into the set. It makes it much more varied. It makes it much more engaging. And truth be told, is having the material on this new record really gave us the tools to help facilitate that. We have a lot more, as we've spoken about before, smacks before the caress, if you will. So you
need both.
You need both to appreciate both. So it definitely takes people on a bit of an emotional roller coaster, and that's exactly what we wanted, and it's just really translating really beautifully on a nightly basis. We're very, very happy with it.
Well, you talk about a 2-hour set, and you talk about, after all these years, Disturbed finally hitting its stride, and there's so much focus on your voice. First of all, are you offended that people are finally now going, wow, David Draiman from Disturbed is a really good singer?
Not at all. I'm continually flattered by the compliments, and I'm glad that we finally had the opportunity to spread our wings creatively and show everyone the depths of what we as a band are capable of. I mean, certainly I'm doing the best I personally can, but I feel that for the entirety of the band, we're definitely stretching our wings creatively. I mean, some of the most poignant musical moments that we've been able to encapsulate in our career happened on this record, and having some of the most amazing solo moments that I've heard yet from my dear guitar player come out in acoustic pieces on this record was something that I didn't expect to happen either.
You're touring with timpanis.
Yeah.
Disturbed has road cases with timpanis in them.
We do.
There's people Googling timpani right now because they don't even know what the hell they are.
And I love watching Mikey just destroy them every night we get to do our version of Sound of Silence on the deck. I mean, being able to have all these moving parts come together fluidly and powerfully was definitely a tremendous undertaking. So from the perspective of what you were alluding to before, yeah, a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort, but it's absolutely bearing fruit. I mean, I on a nightly basis, we are looking forward to jumping back up there and giving everybody their 2 hours of empowerment and escape from a world full of chaos and insanity.
How is your voice holding up with a set that long? We are in the vocal warm-up room after all.
Yes. And the reason for that is because usually Danny and Mike want to start warming up around the same time that I do, and as long as we're in an arena of this size and we have the room and the space to do it this way, they can do it, and I don't need to tell them, shh, I'm doing my vocal warm-up now. And we can all have the same kind of space. It's a constant tightrope that any singer who still actually sings live has to walk.
Which is more and more rare all the time.
You know
Which
what?
is why I love everybody's freaking out about, wow, that guy from Disturbed can actually sing.
and it's not perfect, on any given night. But I find that it's more important to be human than for, there to be some sort of backing track of some kind. I think that the slight differences, the nuances, the little elements of imperfection show emotion. They show variety. They show reality. It makes it a more tangible experience.
It's rock and roll.
Yeah, the way it's meant to be. And look, I started out last run very, very compromised. I was just coming off of pneumonia. It took me the entire run to finally get better. I had 2 weeks at home. I started out this run super, super strong. Had a great set the other night at Madison Square Garden, and lo and behold, my kid gave me a cold, and here I am again.
Kids are germ factories.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The cold is a lot easier to deal with than the pneumonia, and I'll be fine tonight. But I'd be lying to you if I didn't say it was a constant struggle to not only maintain your health out here while touring in the wintertime, the geniuses that we are, but also, going through 2 hours of the type of material that we play on a nightly basis is challenging for anyone, and especially for yours truly. So it's just a constant work in progress. I've been working really strongly and consistently with my vocal coach Melissa Cross this entire time. She's been a tremendous asset and help, and having the understanding of the other band members and actually giving me a little bit of space during the set while enabling Mike and John and Dan to each have their own moments to shine during the set and do their own respective solos. Not only do I on a selfish level get into their respective solos because I like the parts musically and I enjoy it, but it gives me time to catch my breath and go through a little bit of a warm up, cool down type of thing to realign the chords. And so we've been able to find a really nice balance. But I'd be lying to you if I said that it isn't still a tremendous challenge.
Are you toasting marshmallows and all the fire? So much fire.
Well, we love our pyro. We can't help ourselves. But the nice thing about this particular production is that even though the fire gets a lot of the instant camera pics from the audience and whatnot, and it's some of the cooler images to look at, for me, some of my favorite points of the night are the most emotionally charged ones, when we perform A Reason to Fight on the B stage, or when we do Hold On to Memories in the beginning of the set, which has an entire montage of our particular personal memories that we hold dear. And
hearing everybody sing those songs back to you has got to be pretty awesome too.
Amazing, and seeing the instant reaction and the heavy outpouring of emotion on a nightly basis. I mean, I don't know sometimes how to react to it when so many people are telling me that our set has driven them to tears. I'm like, I hope it's for a good reason.
Well, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
That's what's the beautiful thing. I saw my first concert ever in this building.
Yeah.
And now all these years later, being able to go up on stage and introduce you guys here, it's pretty awesome for me. So thank you.
Oh, well, we're looking forward to tonight very, very much, and we're very happy that you could be the one to do it for us. Thank you.
We're anticipating everybody getting here tonight, and they are going to love the show, and they will not be cold because there's a lot of fire.
From your mouth to whatever powers ears.
All right, we'll be back with more. We're broadcasting live backstage at the DCU Center with David Draiman from Disturbed.